From the Varsity Sports Bar and Grill, it is another episode of the One More and I'm Out of Here podcast. And thank you so much for being here. Thanks for watching the podcast on YouTube and listening to it wherever you get your podcast, a little Apple, little Spotify, little whatever other means there are to get your podcast.
iHeartRadio.
All the means. I
feel bad because last time I was here, I didn't have a beer to open because we were celebrating a little Cinco de Mayo, and I was enjoying a frosty margarita, courtesy of the wait staff here at the Varsity Sports Bar and Grill. But now I have a beer, and I'm going to open it. Oh, that sounded nice.
That did sound good. Much better than your marg.
I'm surprised you didn't just call them servants.
Your yard marg that you were drinking.
Take it away, Rob Hergen.
Thank you, Dan. I'm doing great. I appreciate you.
And why would I refer to them as servants?
Well, you said staff. I mean,
the staff. They're the wait staff. They're our friends, the bartenders.
The wait staff.
Well, what's a better way to refer to them?
I don't know. It's so archaic sounding.
Archaic.
It's just, I don't know.
Well, I didn't call them workers.
Service members. I just call them people.
Tip your wait staff.
There are peoples. I'm good, Dan. Thanks for asking. I hope you had a great day today. We're joined yet again by Jason Kiefer.
Glad to be here again, fellas.
Oh, that was a nice one.
That was a good one. My shit's good every time because it's normally a crack of a can every time.
I love the fact that you guys are drinking. I love the fact you always drink Miller Lite, but Dan's drinking Miller Lite out of defiance for Bud Light, still Mulvaney shit. And I believe Miller Lite, aren't they all owned by the same company?
They might be.
InBev, yeah.
Yeah. So good job, guys. You're really killing it, Dan.
Yeah, I stayed true.
Yeah. Okay. Nothing else. So after Friday's episode, Cinco de Mayo special, our little essay got deported yesterday, thanks to Dan calling out the address.
That is a complete and total lie.
He got deported.
He did not. I just saw him. He's in there.
Yeah, he had to sneak out the damn Border Patrol's window at a gas station in Nashville, and he walked his little ass up here. He had so much fun Friday. He was
good.
Like I said,
he was a good episode.
He did have fun.
He was so worried about it. I never talk in a microphone, but it's like, I only got 10 minutes. I got to work. And the motherfucker could not get off. We gave him an out. He wouldn't get off. It was awesome. Loved it. Had more fun with him later.
His fucking laugh still makes me giggle every time.
Yeah. He never stops laughing. Even if you told him that ICE was coming here and he's not leaving this building until they got here, he would laugh. And then he'd see him and try.
Well, if you were telling me, no, you'd be full of shit. But anyone else, you'd be like, "Oh shit, okay."
I told him I was going to get him one. I told him
is that the Emigre? Is that he was running from the Emigre?
I don't even know what that is, but it sounds racial and insensitive.
Migra.
The immigration enforcement.
Izzy is awesome. We fucking love him.
I did tell him today, though, because we were joking about how small he is and running between cars in the parking lot and shit and people not being able to see him. I'm going to buy one of those big wheel flags, the white pole thing that you put on the big wheel with the orange flag up top, and we're going to duct tape it on his ass. That way when he's out in the parking lot playing soccer or whatever the fuck they play, hopscotch, he won't get killed.
Robbie didn't do a good job of closing that door, by the way.
I did close the fucking... What door? Oh, that door, the electric.
Yeah,
shit, I'll close the other door.
That door. That's all right.
Hold on a second, Hector.
It's all right. Don't worry about it.
What, you leaving?
We'll be fine.
I'm closing it now.
Oh, now he's closing it. You give one job. One job. Dan, what did your day entail today?
Tried to get caught up on a couple of different projects I got going on.
Thank you, Robert.
Didn't have time to cut the grass before I had to make my short notice run to Arlington over the weekend. And then...
what was in Arlington, Dan?
I had to pick up my son.
All right.
He's starting a new job. Had to move out of Arlington on short notice. And we had to go pick his ass up. Carry him back here to Cincinnati.
Pick his ass up.
And then starts a new job next week. So
cool.
That was an unscheduled, unplanned weekend. Did you see the picture we sent you of the biker chicks?
Yes, I couldn't tell what I asked Paula. I asked Paula what the back of their vest said. She was like, "They almost ran us off the road." So I'm looking at it, And actually, I'll email it to myself, and then I'll put it up here.
It's called the patch said Wicked Vixens.
Never heard of it.
And
the one looked like a fucking tank on top of a motorcycle.
A couple of big girls there in the group. I think there was maybe 6 or 7 of them. Not a lot of them.
And the fact that you let them run you off the road.
That was a joke. I
know.
You know what's great is you guys talking about some intimate moment you had via text today, and I feel like the fat girl at the lunch table on Monday,
we were
listening to
driving.
the sleepover you two fuckers had, and I wasn't invited.
We were driving. We were on our way to.
You didn't send me the text pic.
You Virginia. Actually Irish goodbye'd from our derby party, so
Dan wasn't there.
So when you miss out.
So does that mean you guys aren't allowed to talk about the derby party that I missed?
Oh, I forgot that.
And I feel horrible that I missed the derby party because that is normally one of the bigger events of the year.
No, it was probably one of the better ones they said they ever had. But nonetheless, I missed
I heard a couple reviews on it today. I was told it was a great party.
Yeah, it was awesome.
And then I saw the video of our buddy Jim trying to kick a soccer ball.
That was fucking terrible.
Well, the beauty was
surprised you didn't go to the hospital.
I forgot you didn't have my cell phone. I'll remedy that today, Dan. When you text Kiefer a picture of something, I'll remedy that. That's fine.
Well, Jason is a motorcycle rider. You are not. So Jason being
you're apparently not a motorcycle rider either. Most motorcycle riders I know will not run out of gas in a foreign fucking state and have to suck dick in a fucking truck camp.
That part never happened.
I don't know.
Did run out of gas, and look, it's all part of the adventure.
Sounds good, Dan.
Part of the adventure.
Great time. I sent some pictures to other people that I didn't send to you, Dan.
It's amazing how butthurt you get over some things.
I'm not actually.
I know you're not. You didn't say bye to me when you left the fucking party, so fuck off.
Yeah, you ghosted him.
I looked at you and said I was going on a beer run.
I knew exactly where he was going.
Hell yeah.
And it wasn't coming back. It wasn't coming back there.
He's heading back to the the friendly confines of the varsity.
No, I had another soiree to go to, but
another engagement. He's a man about town.
Let's do this. Let's do a poll.
So you had a better deal in the
Not at all. I just had to jump around.
You thought the party at Hellman's was lame, so you jumped ship and you went to where you thought there was greener pastures.
Truthfully, I went to Hellman's. I was planning to stay there the entire night after I heard you were not going to be there, and kind of overbooked a little bit.
Yeah. I guess I do have to apologize because had I been there, Rob might have left a lot earlier.
Probably would have. Shit, I was going to do a poll, but you won't shut the fuck up and let me finish a thought real quick. What was it? Doesn't matter. Let's do Today in History. It's something. It's a segment that Dan caused not to happen on Friday, despite the little essay wanting to do it. World War II in Europe ended today.
I didn't stop you from doing this day in history on our last pod.
Surely did.
I did not interfere with that in any way whatsoever.
Just like you're not interfering with me doing
Today
in History.
I am interfering now because if you're going to throw that out there,
God, I wish you two would stay like at the normal space of the mic. Because I have to keep like backing both of you down.
All right. We good?
Yeah, you're fantastic.
But I just want to go correct the record that I did not prevent you from doing this day in history on Cinco de Mayo.
We'll do a recap later. We'll show a little short.
In fact, I was trying to tee you up for it, and you just didn't take the cue. So there you go.
Okay. 1945. World War II in Europe ended. Great day for everybody. Germany's unconditional surrender. The war against Japan continued on until September that year when I think they stopped fighting because we dropped a couple of big metal things on them. Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Maurice Sendak, born today. Or I'm sorry, he died today. He was dead at age 83. Sorry about that, Maurice.
The A-bombs, baby.
I guess no more kids' books from Maurice are coming out. Nancy Mace, 1999, became the first woman to graduate from the Citadel. And I do want to say this. Paul Jones, his daughter, Olivia, graduated from the Citadel.
What year was that?
1999, Daniel.
99?
She is an awesome chick.
Is that the same Nancy Mace that is the congressperson from North Carolina now?
You know, I didn't get her 23andMe results back yet from both of them before today's show, but I'll follow up on the next podcast, Dan.
Well, 23andMe doesn't have anything to do with it. I said congressperson.
I don't know.
Is she a member of Congress?
Do you have the internet?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know if it's the same one.
The WHO, not the band, officially declared smallpox eradicated, just like they officially declared that the Wuhan was not from Wuhan. 1970, a month after Paul McCartney left the Beatles, they released Let It Be, which is actually a great fucking album for the Beatles. Don't give a shit about Denmark. The Battle of the Coral Sea, the USS Lexington was the first aircraft carrier to be sunk during World War II. Lexington, UK.
It's in Kentucky.
Yeah.
So ever since I started watching the show you told me to watch,
What one? The Diplomat?
The Diplomat,
Yeah.
I don't know what's actually happening in the real world or what's happening in this goddamn show because, they do a very good job of current, like somewhat current shit.
We're not being paid for this promotion, but The Diplomat is a good
I'm like,
series on
fuck.
Netflix.
Because you're saying this, I'm like, well, no, that's not.
It's on Netflix.
I'm like, that's not the name of the ship that got hit with a missile.
You never told me to watch it.
Well, I text Kiefer. You never text me the picture of the bitch on the fucking motorcycle either.
You're going to see it. Jason's going to put it up on the screen here in a minute.
I'm running into the same problem I ran into before.
Tit for tat, Dan. American pharmacist John Pemberton developed Coca-Cola. It was a cure-all tonic, which is awesome. Harry Truman, 33rd president of the U.S., was born in Lamar in 1884. By the way,
it reminds me of a song I heard this weekend when I was driving to Arlington. Yo, just a Coca-Cola cowboy.
Oh my God.
Jesus.
You know that song?
I am now glad you did not ride with me.
Something.
I'm glad I don't know.
And Robert Redford Hair. I don't remember all the words to it.
I
haven't heard that song forever.
I could see you singing poorly to shit on the car ride. Coke was invented in 1886 by Johnny. In 1884, Truman was born. 1877, I did watch this the other day because there was nothing fucking else on. This was at the office on mute. The Westminster.
If you're at the office, why are you watching TV?
Well, it's on, Dan. I need some background shit going on. Westminster
Shouldn't you be
Kennel Club Dog Show was
doing work-related stuff at the office?
I'm doing work-related shit, Dan.
TV is work-related?
Yep. It's on in the background, Dan.
Yeah.
God damn.
I guess, wherever you get your lawyering skills, that's fine with me.
I just want to make it even for the other side, Dan. So I get distracted. 1864.
I've got both pictures.
American Civil War.
I was like, what was that movie? Catch Me If You Can.
Yes.
About Frank
Leonardo
Abagnale.
DiCaprio.
They learned how to be a lawyer by watching TV. Just watching Paul Perry Mason reruns.
Oh hell yeah! That's the only way to do it. That and you got Google now. They got a JD program.
Then he becomes a doctor. Do you concur?
I concur.
Hilarious.
Hilarious.
Go ahead. Didn't mean to get you off track there.
1846, U.S. troops under Zach Taylor defeated a Mexican force under General Mariano Arista in the Battle of Palo Alto, the first clash of the Mexican-American War.
The head coach of the Bengals was in the Mexican-American War. That's
sure was. Zach Taylor was a shit, man. I think it was his pappy's pappy.
Have you seen?
That's where you develop real leadership skills right there.
Let him go through. Because I had something to add, but I didn't want to be like you. I'm not going to interrupt. Just go. You're good.
1429. Largely due to the efforts of Joan of Arc, English troops ended their siege of French city of Orleans, which was the military turning point of the 100-year war, between France and England.
How long did the 100-year war last?
99.9 years, Dan.
Okay.
That's it for today. I mean, fuck.
I'm pretty sure the answer is not 100.
I'm about ready to drop this mic and walk out.
Well, I'm just asking questions. Why do you get so upset when I just throw a little commentary in on this day in history? That to my way of thinking.
Oh, here we go. Tabs paid. I've yet to see him pay a fucking tab. We normally pick it up anyways.
That's what this day in history is for. It's like a primer to induce discussion. Topics that you find interesting. I mean, I'm saying you did a pretty good job on it today. You had a lot of things that evoked a response.
I don't know if I got aroused or repulsed by you saying induced and wearing that shirt right now.
It's just a word.
You wearing that shirt saying induced is
what? It's just a golf shirt. That's all.
In law school, you're awarded the valedictorian if you finish first in your class. If you finish last, you're called Rob.
I love it.
We know who that is.
Oh, that's funny.
We know who that is.
Yeah, we do.
And nicely played, sir.
Yep.
That's pretty funny.
Nice.
That's the hardest part is like looking at the comments and like, all right, which one do I want to throw on the screen? I start laughing beforehand. I mean, Dan has a lot of trollers on the Twitter, so I have to make sure they're not in here.
Oh, I hope they get in there. By the way, if you're a
Come
troller,
on, bring it, baby. I'm ready for you.
If you're a troller on Twitter, Dan's Twitter, and you troll Dan, get in there. I will support what you say if it's against Carol. You have my allegiance.
I had someone the other day that took a shot at me because they didn't like the environmental stuff that I talk about.
I will show you fealty. Big word.
Spell it.
Feilty.
Good job.
You're welcome.
You had Prince William pledge his fealty to Charles over the weekend.
Just like you pledged your fealty to that trucker that gave you 4 gallons of gas to get to the next stop.
It was a half gallon, and you're just making up the story as you go along.
Dana, if you look at your monitor right now, you'll be able to see the trucker coming here to get his compensation. He's outside the varsity.
He fucking found. He found you. We figured out how you got your gas to get to Clayton.
I told you the story, and that part of the story is not true.
We gave him a sponge, a bucket of water with soap, and let him clean up. Get out there and finish the job you started in Virginia.
Okay, fine. You found a stock picture.
Virginia is for lovers, baby.
It's actually not a stock picture.
That is the varsity.
Literally a truck in the side parking lot.
It's not there. It's not there now because I didn't see it when I came in.
Well, he got tired of waiting because he knows that you show up 5 minutes before you were supposed to go on the air.
Or were you here at 2:30, and that's why it took you till 3:30 to come in, wiping your face down.
Rob sends me a pic. He was like, "Hey, I think Dan's trucker friend from Virginia found him, and he wants money back or something else."
Good for you. He wants his gas can back, Dan.
So while we're on the pictures, I was finally able to get this one to convert.
Oh, there we go. That's our friends, the Wicked Vixens.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
So that one second.
Oh, dear
second
God.
from the left. Yeah. Looks like a tank riding a motorcycle.
She was a big gal.
Now, I could understand why that one might try to run you off the road. All the other ones I was looking, but I couldn't read their vests, the ones that were wearing vests.
Actually, we were going down the highway.
Those goddamn Wicked Vixens.
And they're
roller girls.
We were in the right-hand lane. and here they come up off whatever exit they were coming off of, and then getting onto the highway. And just, I mean, they got some bikes there with some loud pipes, and they were cracking them open.
I guarantee there are no pipes on that thing other than with a belt.
Are there pipes louder than yours?
Oh, a couple of them, yeah.
Probably bigger than his, too.
My pipes are not the loudest pipes.
No, your pipes are probably smaller than their pipes, too.
I'm just saying my pipes are not that loud.
But they have to put their pipes on with a belt.
But
I think a couple of them are packing.
Paula saw him. She's waving to them all. Hey! Jesus. And they're all waving back.
Oh, we're bikers, too. We love bikers.
Oh, let's pull over at this truck stop. Let's talk.
I literally had to look at that picture and like zoom in. I'm like, holy shit! How is she? Probably had to check her air pressure.
Well, there was only
Unlike
half of them had the patches on their back, but
hair patches.
It said MC under. It's got Wicked and Vixens on the bottom one, and whatever their logo is in the middle. But it didn't have a locator on it.
But theirs is a 2-piece patch.
So that's considered a 2-piece?
They need to have a 1-piece.
Because when you put in like a location, like
that's a 3rd piece.
Yeah. Okay. And that's frowned upon by some.
I'm waiting for Clint Eastwood with the orangutan to pull up next to him. I mean, that's what it looked like.
You look confused. We've had this conversation.
You and me?
Like the 1% bike clubs don't want you wearing a 3-piece patch.
Oh.
Well, if you're a legit MC, I don't see why you should.
Well, you don't see it, but they see it differently. Well, that's why they're called 1% bike clubs.
Frown on that.
They do.
They probably do.
We get.
They don't want you wearing any kind of patch at all, or
that says location, like a territory, whatever. It's stupid.
Really?
It's dumb.
I say we get them.
So the fact they didn't have
the Warthogs wear a 3-piece patch.
Well, yeah, you guys all have locators on yours.
Yes.
I love Falconator's comment. Trans Hells Angels. That's awesome.
Very nicely done.
That is well played. Touche. What do we got going on the board coming up? We did confirm a location today. We had
two, but one we were in conjunction with both. So
May 31st, 6 p.m. live. George Vogel, local reporter, sportster of Greater Cincinnati and all things sports. Long career here locally. He is now officially retired, and he is going to be
40 years.
40 years, man.
Yeah.
I remember him breaking down shit, even high school ball, college, pro. He's going to be live in person, and we're going on the road here. We're a little packed in here on May 31st, so we're going to have to relocate a little bit. But guess what? We scouted some locations that do have liquor permits. That was the most important quality.
That's the only parameter.
It was.
There's at least one item that has to be number one.
It could be a flatbed trailer as long as you can sell beer on it.
We called the Ohio Liquor Control, and we were like, look, we need a listing of all liquor permit holders within 275. And we settled on a location right down the street here on Clough Pike. For those of you GPSing and coming in by Garmin, it would be Clough Pike. It's the Anderson Township Pub on Clough Pike.
ATP, huh?
Yeah.
Right.
If
me.
If your GPS says it out loud, it's Clough.
Clough Pike.
It's Clough. It's Clough, God damn it.
Clough.
Cincinnati weather is unpredictable, especially in May and early June. So May 31st, the ATP offers an outstanding outside patio. So if it's sunny out, come down, eat, watch George Vogel plus others. Listen to the usual banter, questions, Q&A, etc. Talk about his career. He has no filter now because he's retired. And it should be a good show. If it is rainy, there is a huge tent that we're going to be under, so there'll be ample space for people. Come down and enjoy the rain. And watch Dan try to catch raindrops inside the tent. It should be a good time. And we're looking forward to everybody coming down and getting some Q&A with George. We got the Reds mid-season almost. We got the Bengals gearing up for training camp in July. The Cyclones will be closing out their run for the Cup. We got FC Cincinnati, one of the best records in the league. I think, what are they, 6-1, 7-1 now?
That's all you. I don't know any of that, so I'm not even going to pretend.
A lot of good shit going on in sports in Cincinnati. So George is going to capture it all. We're going to talk a lot of things. We're going to talk whether or not George ever got the Carroll Award. That's a big question.
Well, needs to know. He was in broadcasting way before it became necessary to go to the broadcasting school. But George Vogel is just without a doubt.
We're going to ask George.
One of the kindest and funniest guys that I've ever met in the business. And if you have a chance to come out and see that show and be there in person with George Vogel, you will be busting a gut by the time you leave, because this guy is just one of the funniest guys I have ever met.
Come on. Bring your family. It'll
be well worth the effort to get there.
I had never
see George Vogel in person.
I've never met him or talked to him, and then talking to him on the phone the other day for like 40 minutes or so, dying laughing.
Oh,
just
hilarious.
And especially now that he's retired, he's like, "Yeah, I'm in. You don't have to tell me anymore. I'm in." But talking to him and just cutting it up a little bit.
ATP is a great place.
Funny.
They've got good food. They got any alcohol you want. I've been going there since I was 7. We used to go there after football games and watch the tape on the VHS tape player on the TVs. It was so cool. We thought we were the shit. That was before ESPN. That was 82. Fuck. And I grew up down there. Mary, Karen's still there. God help us. She'll be the loud one yelling. My aunt works there still, Sue. It's a good time. So please come down, COME, and enjoy George Vogel, the banter, the talk, the sports, and the sports that is Cincinnati and other places. Not everybody can live in a beautiful town like this with a great sports history and teams that are doing well.
Minus one.
Aren't we record setting now with the Reds pitcher that's got an ERA for the past 4 games of 20? He's one of our starters. It's awesome.
Great.
Ashcraft, he had a horrible outing the other day. Horrible. 11 runs in the second inning.
Look, TJ.
It's a rebuilding year, just like every other year.
TJ, I'm allowed around children and schools unless there's an ice cream truck in the parking lot that's actively playing music. Then I get freaked out.
Ooh, that is close to a school.
Yeah, I went to high school there, though. We're good.
Yeah, we should probably check it out.
We're good. It's further away. No, I went to my son's baseball game this Saturday, and one of the coaches or one of the guys that I know down there goes, "Are you allowed down here at the school?" I go, "Yeah, as long as there's not an ice cream truck playing music in the parking lot, I'm good." It triggers me.
It's a fucking mustache.
It is.
It's a fucking stash.
I walk into court today, and one of the judges like, "Jesus, you're still wearing that thing? Hell yeah, I know you like it inside." He's like, "No, I don't." So the stash is shit.
No, you wear it well.
On my ODD, makes me keep it.
You wear it well, buddy. I promise.
I've got oppositional defiance disorder. Don't make fun of my hand.
If you're watching this, you see it.
That doesn't even sound like a real thing.
I think it is.
No, I don't think it is.
I did. I looked at all the symptoms. I've got every one of them, Dan.
No, I don't think it's a real thing.
Sure do.
Shocker, somebody WebMD'd. And, oh, God. I've got ADD, ODD, cancer, AIDS, all of it. I'm having every one of those symptoms.
You never WebMD. I was dying.
Absolutely.
Multiple times.
Well, while we're talking about medical stuff, they have released the cause of death of Ray Liotta.
What was it?
Ooh, I haven't seen that.
Goodfellas fame. Died in his sleep in the Dominican Republic, 67 years of age. Happened last May.
Are you going to give us a fucking cause or not? We know when it happened.
Ray Liotta's cause of death has been released. Officials in the Dominican Republic found heart and respiratory system issues that caused last year's tragic passing. According to the docs obtained by TMZ, the actor's manner of death was categorized as natural and non-violent, citing respiratory insufficiency, pulmonary edema, also known as fluid in the lungs, and acute heart failure. The doctor says he suffered from arterial sclerosis, a thickening of the arteries caused by a buildup of plaque in the inner lining.
Arterial sclerosis.
Is that how you say it?
Yes. Yeah. So
ATHERO.
what leads to strokes.
Okay.
Why don't you fact check that with the medic that's sitting to your right?
Well,
just checking.
I know.
Sound out the big words. Keep going,
thickening
buddy.
of the arteries caused by a buildup of plaque in the inner lining, something that often leads to diabetes and other health issues.
Interesting.
And so
I
think there might have been some speculation that Ray was doing a little magic dust or something, but that may apparently not.
I think he quit doing that after Goodfellas, but I'm not 100%. He quit seeing helicopters on.
You weren't looking at the comments. Ironically, earlier, a bunch of guys when we were talking about that Diplomat show put in Cocaine Bear. Cocaine Bear was his last movie that he did.
Yes.
In the previews that I saw, he looked like absolute dog shit. Now, granted, makeup and whatever, but
you did see Cocaine Bear?
I haven't watched that yet. Okay. I'm going to, but
I heard it's actually not a bad movie.
The previews that I saw, he looked like a bag of shit.
Well, hey, let me ask you a quick question though. Are those symptoms? Is that the PC way of saying he pulled a David Carradine?
No.
Okay. I didn't know.
No.
I just wanted a confirmation from the paramedic.
It's exactly,
very medical.
It's exactly like he definitely was not leading a good life at some point, and it all caught up to him, and he probably either threw a clot, pulmonary embolism.
So it's not AEA.
Tell me what AEA is.
Autoerotic asphyxiation.
No.
Okay.
No.
Just wanted to make sure I had.
Of course. Why would we not go there?
Well, that's the Carradine way.
I just read the report. Did it say anything about that?
Well, it could have been PC, Dan.
I didn't. No, I think he was just an unhealthy individual. Unfortunate.
TMZ doesn't sugarcoat anything.
He was one of my favorite actors too, man. I love him.
It was awesome. Goodfellas is one of those movies we've talked about.
Oh, yes.
That when it's on, it could be the last 2 minutes, and I will sit there and watch the last 2 minutes of the damn thing.
TGR. Karen.
Yeah. I got to get my hat. You don't need your fucking hat. Stir the sauce, damn it.
God bless you. Let's drink to Ray Liotta.
100%.
100%.
And 100% in there.
Do you guys see that helicopter?
I know you see one following your car every day of your life.
I think I've called you on that one once.
You have.
God, I was like
one of the all-time greats.
It was outside my office that one day. So, got a lot of shit going on, and I know Dan's going to steer it this way. I might as well get it the fuck out of the way.
Here, this counts. We have to do another one because TGR put one in a text. 100%. Fuck. It counts.
TJR better show a pic of him doing a fucking drink, too.
He can't show a pic. He can text me one.
Well, he knew you'd read it, so that's
It's good enough.
You know what he probably is running an alcoholic rehab center, and he's just looking for business. He's trolling.
Well, this is labeled the Cinco de Mayo / Derby rehab meeting.
Yeah, you know what happens.
So this counts. So this counts toward your chip. You get a chip.
Oh,
after this.
I needed a chip after this weekend.
You needed a fucking doctor.
I needed an IV.
Oh shit, we got a couple more.
Damn you! Quit saying it.
Oh, there's one. Oh.
You know what? New rule. You can't. You got to actually audibly say it. You can't just text that shit show.
I love their enthusiasm. Though.
I do.
They get it. They love it. I'm gonna do it.
Goddamn! I feel like Michael J. Fox when I take a drink. My hand is so fucking shaky right now.
So there is a lot of shit in the fucking news right now with Title 42 expiring.
Don't get me started.
And Abbott activates the Texas Tactical Border Force. So I had Fox News on just while I was running around this morning getting ready and whatever, and like they're like gearing the fuck up. All the videos that I'm seeing, they are gearing up, and I have no idea what to expect, to be honest with you. I mean, just that's a lot of people. It's a lot of people that want it.
A lot of peoples.
Sorry, I should have said it correctly. Sorry, Izzy. Peoples.
Oh, fucking love people.
How in the fuck are we gonna deal with that? I feel like somebody's phone's going off or something.
It's not mine.
Oh, it might have been mine.
To my knowledge.
It might have been mine.
Okay. Here's the deal. I think the leaking is going to continue until there's a wall. And you know what? Like we talked about Friday, build it taller than 4 feet. Because they can jump that motherfucker. Can they not? I mean, we saw his. He jumped it.
They get a running start. Yeah. You can go right over there.
I think you could jump a 4-foot wall, I think.
Who, me?
Yeah.
I flip over that motherfucker like a ninja, man.
Well, it wouldn't be like a ninja, but you would flip over it. That would be for sure.
I think it would be awesome. That should be a challenge. Fuck that. The
Rob is
Amazing
surprisingly
Race,
agile for a big man.
The Amazing Race, fuck that. We do. The three of us get dropped off. This would be a one more and I'm out of here special edition. We get dropped off like Bear Grylls, black-faced and shit down there, brown-faced in Mexico. And the first one back to Cincinnati. You have no resources. You're left to your own devices. Cargo pants is it. And a t-shirt. Or a wife beater and a bandana and a six-pack of Bud Tall Boys. But first one back to Cincinnati wins the prize. Title. You in, Dan?
So he's gonna say no. So
I think it's a great idea.
I bring that up, but brush briefly on your little endeavor because that could be that your little trip to Cancun / Barcelona that you took this weekend, quote unquote.
Well,
but the idea you came up with, that could be the Amazing Race that you were talking about.
Yeah, what's this Barcelona thing? Paula told me about that. She said, Rob's in Barcelona, Spain.
Yeah.
Fucking sure as fuck was not.
That's the first thing I said. I said, no, he's not.
Yeah. I think I was up here at 10:30 getting a refill on my hard seltzer to go back to a party down the street. But nonetheless, I was talking to Tim and Tina, and they were talking about somebody being here, there, whatever. Oh, I saw it on Facebook. I was like, you know how much shit is on Facebook that's not true? I fucking hate him. He hits me. Oh, my God. He's the love of my life.
How much shit on Facebook is not true?
Oh, my God. We're at Acapulco.
All of it?
No, they just fucking check into places, and they're probably sitting on their couch eating a Donatos and shit. But nonetheless, I was like, watch this. So at 10:30 Saturday night, I check into Cancun. I was like, oh, spontaneous trip. Thank you, Tina, for letting me take Tim. I was like, watch how many responses or texts I get. My fucking mother text. Oh, my God. Rob's in Cancun. They kidnap people there. It was unbelievable. So we came up with an idea the next day. About 5 or 6 of us were sitting up here. The idea is July 4th, 2024. Everybody put a destination on a piece of paper and an envelope. And July 4th, 2024, we pulled the destination. We're not leaving until August 1st, 2024. It's a 4-day trip. August 1st is a Thursday. We come back on Sunday night. 4 days. You show up at the Varsity, whatever time the flight is. That way we're not getting bilked. That's why we're opening it up on July 4th. But you don't You don't get to pack anything. You don't take any baggage. You get one small carry-on, toothbrush, personal items, hygienes, etc. No reservations, no cars, no nothing.
Cliff note it.
You're on your way. When you get there, you got to figure out how you're going to survive the next 4 days. I'm trying to get them to fucking dial it down. Let's do $100 a night per person accommodations, 100 a night or day for alcohol, food. And let's see who can take care of shit, man. Who can talk their way in.
You would shrivel up and die on $100 a day on alcohol.
No.
You would literally shrivel up. You would come back. We wouldn't even know who you were. You'd look like an Ethiopian.
I'm better off going with nothing in your pocket, because then you have to really see how resourceful you are.
Well, we know you're looking for a truck stop. I was going to channel my inner Carol and look for a truck stop wherever we end up.
Well, you can do it whichever way you please, but
I think that's what
I just think that would be a real challenge.
I think it'd be awesome, and I'd love to do it this way with the one more, and I'm out of here. Let's just pick a 2-hour flight. Nothing, no phone, no internet, no technology. Everybody gets a cameraman to follow them to make sure.
RK put. We know who RK is. RK put in, and it's kind of true to form. It's a modern day Cannonball Run.
Yes. No technology.
That was great. That's awesome.
Nothing.
I was trying to figure out how to place that, but that's perfect. Cannonball Run.
You just have to improvise and make it back. You can walk, but that would suck. You're not going to make it back first.
You ain't walking.
Fuck no. I'm going to improvise. I'm going to make a way to get
So that's the thing. You got to take a 2-hour flight somewhere.
Here's how Rob gets home.
And then get your way back here.
Yeah, and it's going to be documented.
That's how Rob gets home.
What? No, Dan will be with me.
He's making fun of Dan, but that is how Rob will get home.
No, that's how Rob's going to drink for free.
But we don't all go to the same location. We go to different locations, correct?
No, we all go to the same location. We just split apart because you're going to drag me down, Dan.
The ideas that come out of the four walls of this building seem amazing.
I picked
a lot of times. I wasn't here for this one.
I was like,
well, you know what? You guys will be great. I'll document it.
The thing is,
while I'm in my truck eating cheeseburgers.
If we were 3 guys of unlimited time and unlimited means, we would do some of this crazy shit.
3 days. 3 days, Dan.
But if we had say like a sponsor of the podcast who would say, you know what, I'll throw you guys $20,000 and you make it happen.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I'm just saying.
TJR, increase the risk of the challenge. Take Spirit Airlines.
I like
it. Fair. That is fair. Because you were essentially doing that, sir.
Hey, you know what? We put 3 destinations. You pick it out of a cab. 1 San Francisco, 1 LA, 1 San Diego. The 3 of us. That's where you go, so we're not all together.
This is your game that you came up with when I wasn't around, so you handle that part, and don't put us 3 into it.
No, I'm talking about a new challenge with you guys. Let's see who can get back. I'm in. I'll do it. I'll set it up next year. Dano.
How about we do it in 5 years when I'm retired?
You can't take... You're off 30 days in a row. It's 3 days.
Yeah, I allot time for other things. I hang out with other people.
Oh, that's a
put it this way: when you're trying to get back here, you're going to be hanging out with other people too. People you don't know. People helping people. It's a beautiful thing. Let's do it.
Let's do it. You come up with
all kinds of great ideas. Here's one thing that I'm pretty sure of, that if we did this, that you would cheat.
Oh, you're gonna have.
Oh, he's gonna cheat his balls off.
Oh, bullshit!
It's the first thing that went through my head when you brought this idea up.
Adhere to the rules of this challenge.
He's gonna cheat his balls off.
You're gonna have a documentary made, video documentary that's gonna be live on the podcast, and it's our challenge.
Well, see, we have neither the staff nor the technical expertise to pull off something like that.
Well, I know you have a short staff, Dan, but nonetheless, we can get some people to
video
us.
We don't have the staff people working for us that could do something like that.
We've got volunteers, I'm sure, that would go along with this shit show if we had sponsorship money. $100 a day. You
realize how hard it is to fucking plan our certain podcast dates between us 3? And you want to
I know.
And you want to fucking go across country.
Yeah, I'm in.
And do an amazing race.
I'm in. Let's do it.
All right, so you putting your bar license on fucking hold?
So if it takes you 2 weeks to get back here, you're good with that?
It ain't going to take 2 weeks. It ain't going to take.
How long would it take?
We're talking across country, West Coast. West Coast?
For you, if you flew out to San Diego.
Hmm?
Got dropped, and the moment you get off the airplane in San Diego, the clock starts running.
Yep.
How long would it take you to get back?
I'd say 2 days.
With no money in your pocket,
No money.
no cell phone.
Dude, there's a very small sliver of a percentage of truckers that make it from fucking the West Coast back here
2 days.
in 2 days. And those dudes go fucking, no
So
pun
you think
intended,
you can talk
to
yourself
Rob, balls to the wall.
Well, he thinks he can talk himself onto another flight back to Cincinnati.
Not at all. Not at all.
Dude, he's going to cheat.
No, he's not.
Cheat.
All right. I will. Fuck you. You guys come up with 5K.
What? Oh, see, now we're coming up with
Well,
money.
we got people.
Now we're coming
we got
up
people.
with money.
Come up with 5K. Fly me out there also.
See, everything changes. As you
The
start
only-
talking, it always changes.
Listen.
Welcome to our world.
I'll leave my cell phone. I'll leave everything. All I want
Holy
is-
shit, that will make you shrivel up and die.
my passport and my driver's license. That's all I fucking need. That's it. Fly me to San Diego. I guarantee I'll be back 2 to 3 days. I got to go south first to
man,
get
you
north.
just said two.
I got to go south, north to get...
Oh yeah, south first to
Oh
get north.
my God,
baby.
you're ignorant.
Well, San Diego's not that far from Tijuana, so
Exactly.
RK says, I'll do it tomorrow. So guess what? You're in, bro.
I'm not doing Portland.
Clear your fucking calendar, because apparently you've got a backer.
I
So
got
I want to
tomorrow.
see this shit.
I want to see the cash in a bank account first and plane ticket.
yeah,
Oh,
there come the
I'll-
stipulations.
Rob, just like you, I'll hold it. I'll hold it for you.
Passport, driver's license, San Diego destination.
Now, this says RK says Rob should have to start from Portland and Dan from Seattle. Dan doesn't want to do this, so
Well, if Dan does it,
I mean,
maybe
it's-
he'll
it's
find
fun-
out
it's
where the
fun talking
difference
shit
is.
about it. But
It sounds like a terrible idea.
I'm in.
I certainly wouldn't want to do it.
I'm in. I'll go south to Tijuana. Ride the the bus with the chicken in the cage that I saw the last
Now,
time
you
I
know,
was in
in
Tijuana.
5 years when Jason is retired and I can clear my schedule ahead of time.
What are you guys, a couple now? What do you mean?
I'm
You
just
got to wait
saying.
for him to get
Then I'm-
retired
I'm
before
just-
you can clear your calendar?
We have no idea how long it's going to take.
Well, we text message each other, Rob.
I know. My bad. My bad. I'm
Maybe
in.
Maybe I'll call my friends the Wicked Vixens and get a ride from them.
You got to ride.
By the way,
I don't think that one bike's going to hold you and her.
it could. It's a Harley.
Oh,
And
no.
by the way,
That was
if
pretty
you're
hefty.
watching and you know the Wicked Vixens, tell them we love them. We really do.
You know what's going to be great, too, is when I pull in here from fucking
I
3 days
love
of travel.
Especially the gal with the helmet on that had the it looked like a mirror ball. It had sparklies all over it. It was awesome. I mean, you couldn't miss it.
With the $150,000 El Camino that's on our website.
Rob's,
going, "Do-do-do-do-do-do-do."
Rob's a lawyer. When does he have a good idea?
Oh, got great ideas. They
Oh
sound
no,
great.
they do. They start small, and then it just, as his memory or mind starts to work, it's bing bing bing, and it ends up becoming more.
I will bring that El Camino back.
Well, I've been waiting to see it.
Well, if you fly me out to San Diego, give
I'm
me
not
5K
flying
to
you
get back in
anywhere.
3 days, that El Camino
So
will have
that's your plan.
I'm trying to have just enough cash to do
Go
this fucking
south of the
podcast.
border, find this El Camino that may or may not really exist, and
I
then
just-
drive it back here to Cincinnati.
I just got to walk down the Avenue de Americas with my
How you
shirt
gonna pay
off.
how are you going to pay for gas?
I got to walk down Avenue de Americas
We're hoping that's where he goes.
with
by
my
the way.
shirt off and let them see my nipple collar, and they'll know I'm an essay, man. People just hand me shit. They're like, "Oh, it's a great white essay."
That's right,
Yeah.
because that's how we identify people now. Is
Just stay away from certain locations, or you might never get back. That's kind of where we're hoping Rob's going to just venture into.
I'm in.
Let me go into this barrio real quick and see what's cracking.
Last time I was in Tijuana, this guy had a white powder. I don't know what it was, but it was magical powder. He put it in his beer and it make it fizz.
It was magical.
Was it just Tecate that makes it fizz? I don't know. I had never tried it with a Bud Light, but I was drinking Tecate and tequila that night. It was awesome.
Oh my God.
And this little chick named Alejandra wanted me to go back and have a sleepover. We're going to watch Netflix, I assume. At the time, she had 3 kids and spoke no English.
it was definitely acid.
But we spoke for 2 hours.
What's that in my drink? Nothing to worry about.
I don't
Why
think
are the walls melting?
I don't think it was acid. I do believe it might have been something that Ray Liotta was fond of in Goodfellas. It was one of the better nights. My buddy got raped for $1.
Oh, Jesus.
No, he put $1 on there, and you would have thought it was $100 bill in America. They grabbed him, drug him on stage. Everybody that I was with started asking for change for a 20 because nobody wanted to put a 20 down.
That's back when the exchange rate was a little more favorable.
Well, the exchange rate's very favorable still. I mean, $1 gets you 9 million pesos.
9 million pesos.
Yep. That's why it takes so long. That's why they got rid of cell phones or payphones down there. Takes too long to put the fucking pesos in there.
RK said, damn weekend at Sturgis, I have a few routes. Easy rider.
Falconer, when I was there, the donkey show was no mas. We did look for it. Could not find it. We were told by our tour guide with the magical powder that
is he really a tour guide?
Yeah, his name was Hector. No shit. No, what? It started with a
Is
C.
it really a tour guide?
He was our unofficial tour guide. Kept trying to sell us the magic white powder to take back to America to show people how cool it was. And he was like the fucking.
At least it looked white under the purple
The
light.
fucking Willy Wonka of Mexico?
No shit. Who's the magician that was in Vegas forever? He was the Mexican equivalent of Copperfield. So he had some cool shit, man.
Copperfield's a Mexican?
No, this guy Hector was a Mexican Copperfield. He had some cool powder shit.
He made Rob's mind disappear.
I
Just like that.
I think he watched some YouTube videos too, and
Oh my god!
volcanoes for science fair project. Watch this.
So when I first heard this, the way it started was all right. Well, that's kind of a fun idea, neat idea, maybe a bucket list type thing, like when you actually have the time. But now it is definitely transformed, as most things do.
I think Hector had a bucket of the magic powder too. By the way, there was a lot of shit.
He probably did.
Every tequila you got a Tecate. And I had 15 Tecates that night on top of all the Bud Light I drank in San Diego beforehand.
Well, Title 42 is going to be done, so you'll be fine. You probably will make it back.
Well, I better not get tan. Shit, they wouldn't let me across the border. They were scrutinizing my driver's license back in the day when I tried to get back across the border. Middle of summer.
Dan, what do you got? I got something else, but what do you got?
Oh, we're changing the subject. That's subtle. Very subtle.
Well, I mean, we've been...
No, not subtle at all.
Okay.
Go ahead, Jason.
As you say, we beat that dead horse.
You can't say that when
So
we're
I
just
never-
talking about the donkey show, man.
I never thought about this, but apparently this hit national news of this. There was a TikTok life hack that came out that, like, when the asshole in front of you reclines his seat back and takes up all your fucking room. Because I typically never recline my seat. I just don't. Personal choice, whatever. But this thing went viral, and so if you take the little air conditioning knob and when they lean back, you blow it right on the top of their fucking head. Well, apparently this thing had so many views that, like, all the news networks were hitting it. And I never thought about it because normally fucking airplanes suck. I don't mind flying. It's just uncomfortable, but you just deal with it to get to your destination. But whenever I see somebody, like, lean back in front of me, I'm like, oh, you cocksucker. You're going to be the guy. Even though it's only, 2 to 3 inches back, it's enough to encroach. But if you take your air conditioning knobby thingy
and point it right at them,
point it right at the top, it hits right at the top of their fucking head. And you turn that thing on full blast. Well, apparently this fucking video went viral. Somebody from the UK posted this, and it just started traveling. I'm like, I never even fucking thought of that.
You guys don't just slam your knees up against the seat.
Oh, no, I do everything I can to make them uncomfortable outside of that.
No, to
Guess
keep
what?
them from coming back.
Well, I can't. What? How?
If you put your fucking knees up on that tray.
Well, you can tuck your fucking knees up that high?
No, my knees are up that fucking high because they give you no leg room. God damn, I'm not Mexican, man. I'm 6'1".
Okay.
My knees are uncomfortable to begin with, even when I'm not trying to stop a seat
And,
back from
and most
coming back.
flights, most airlines that I fly, because I try to fly cheap, they do suck. Now, when we flew to Clayton and American, I had room and whatever. But even still, when they fucking come back, and I had my phone literally sitting up, I'd never seen this before. They had a little cell phone holder. I'm not that bougie apparently, but this flight was good. Well, I put that thing up, that motherfucker leaned back, and it fell right into my lap, hit me in the nuts. I was like, God damn it. I'm like, all right, so once I saw this today, I'm like, every time I'm just going to go ahead and direct that thing straight ahead, wait for them. When they do it, I'm turning it on. Turning it on.
Why don't you just say,
So
I hope this doctor knows what's wrong with me. I am so tired of coughing and not being able to be around our kids because of this disease that's communicable.
that's it. Someone leans back like that, you start hacking and coughing and sneezing and doing all that kind
I'm
of shit.
so tired of these blisters appearing on my lips. Oh my God.
I was
These crabs in my thighs and my legs are bothering the shit out of me. I hope he can get rid of them.
And in fairness, full disclosure, I mean, I was usually flying like Allegiant Frontier. I was flying cheap, or I haven't flown Spirit TJR, but you've just taught me not to after Clayton.
We call it the Clayton clap, Wilker.
The Clayton clap.
He's like, do you have the Clayton flu again? No, it's the Clayton clap.
But I've always didn't have a whole lot of room. American was more room than I was used to. I was like, oh, this is nice. And then they had all these little amenities. So I put my phone up so I could watch a movie, whatever. I saw this today. I was like, oh, yeah, that fucking air conditioning thing is getting pointed right at the guy in front of me.
Sweet. If it works.
Because I'm normally, if I fly by myself, like it is 9 times out of 10, I'm sitting next to the fattest person on the flight. So like, if I'm against the window,
not on the fucking flight with you.
You're right. You
I
weren't.
just wanted to get out.
I've never flown with you.
I want to get out in front of that one.
I don't. Why would you think I would say something like that about you?
Sit next to the fattest person on the fucking flight.
We're friends.
Bullshit. I know you say it because I'd say it if you were.
Because I would totally say it.
I'd say it too.
You didn't mention your name.
But I normally look like Garfield against a window. If I'm at the window seat, aisle seat, I'm like halfway in the aisle getting beat by the fucking beverage cart. That shit I thought was awesome when I saw it.
Funny.
I've never seen that before. I've never even thought about it. I'm like, oh, you're so dumb.
Are you going to be able to share the video with our viewers?
No, I didn't pull it up.
Nah, that's too bad.
You want on? Pop the top.
There's Noelle. She's the greatest.
Rob forgets that we're on YouTube, obviously.
I asked her if she wanted to be on it.
Most of the time.
Nikki was not even kind of wearing a top the one time she appeared.
I was talking about
Nikki doesn't mind
the pop
being
the top comment.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Nikki didn't almost have a top on.
I'm surprised we've been on YouTube as long as we have.
No, we flew Frontier one time to Florida.
We're just testing it.
Paula and I are on our way back, and they start talking about this, how they're going to start service to Alaska. And they're trying to sell these packages on the flight back, and the gal's talking about it, and Paula says, "Oh, I want to go to Alaska," and I said, "Okay, that's fine, but think about how uncomfortable you are right now, and this is only a 2-hour plus flight." I said, "Alaska is going to be more closer to 6 hours." I said, nonstop. I said, Do you want to go 6 hours in this configuration? And she's like, oh, yeah. I see what you're saying.
3.5 from here to Vegas on a Legion or Frontier is about my max on those types of flights. American down to Clayton, it was a very short flight anyway, but there was more room. I could go further on an America flight, but yeah, Frontier and Allegiant, they take care of every square inch of that fucking aircraft to where, as Rob said, your knees are against the fucking seats. And as soon as somebody even just moves, you're like, oh, fuck, that dug right into my knees. I can't do it.
Mm-hmm.
No.
So you have to upgrade to like either like the, what do they call it? The exit row or at the front. I can't remember the fucking term for it. But you pay more to get up the very front of the plane where you got shit. There's probably 3 feet there. That's perfect.
Yeah, I always try to get the seat by the door right there because there's way more leg room. You can stretch your legs out.
Fucking don't tell everybody secrets nobody else knows.
I love
everybody knows that. I'm not saying anything anybody does.
Why do they still? And I'm curious on these small flights and shit. Why do they still allow the seats to go back? There is no need for the seat to fucking recline when you got a flight. Even a flight 4 hours or under. Fuck, you can't stay awake for 4 fucking hours. What are you, an 8-year-old?
And
hold a blanket and I'll let you.
When
kick
it goes
your seat
back, it goes back like that much.
Yeah, Oh, you're so much comfort. Oh, you know what you should do is kick your shoes off, fucker, so everybody can smell in this closed capsule your goddamn stinky ass feet.
Well, that's why they call them fart tubes. It's fucking terrible.
Unbelievable.
And Jill laughed her ass off though when my phone came off and hit. I mean, it literally hit me right in the nuts. And I was like, and I looked at her. I was like, God damn it! And she just starts giggling. She's like, "It'll be okay. It'll be fine."
I remember flying once. You shouldn't. Somebody Falconator mentioned Crocs. You should not be able to take your shoes off on a fucking flight. It should be like a 7-Eleven. No shoes, no shirt, no fucking service. You cannot wear a muscle shirt. There was a dude on a flight coming. Oh God, I was flying for a living for a couple of years. It sucked. Dude gets on the flight. I'm window seat. Didn't like that. But nonetheless, he's middle fucking seat and his skinny ass mom is on the aisle seat. I'm like, can they not fucking switch? Do they not understand protocol? But nonetheless, dude starts opening up his air vent up top. First of all, I noticed he was wearing a wife beater. Secondly, he's got a bandage that looks like it's been on his hand for 3 fucking weeks with blood soaked through one side of the goddamn thing and it's peeling off. I'm gagging, getting ready. I'm like, I hope this plane fucking goes down. You know, it's going to suck that I'm going to die, but at least I'll take this son of a bitch out of the existence.
there is nothing worse than sitting there looking down. I usually like the aisle seat, looking down, and you see somebody's gnarly ass fucking feet just sitting up next to your fucking chair. And I'm like, are you? There's been a couple flights where I've just started. I don't mind feet as nearly as, I mean, I don't like them. But I know Rob has a complete affinity to them.
But I'll literally somebody throw up on me.
I will literally reach down and start tickling. I'll tickle their feet until they pull them back, and all of a sudden, the guy's like, "Oh, my bad, sorry."
God damn, what do you do with your finger?
Don't worry about it.
Oh, I'm gonna gag just thinking about what I'd have to wash my finger.
The shit that comes out of your face.
I'd have to wash my finger incessantly, like I'm scrubbing in for open heart surgery. I could not touch somebody else's feet, especially a man's foot.
Got that kind of thing going on.
If we're both naked and your foot touch me, that's fine, but not in a plane.
Well, you and I will never be naked together.
You know what I meant.
So don't worry about that.
There's going to be fornication going on.
I had a boss. I had a boss one time that whenever you talked about, like Jason's telling his horror stories about flying, part of his job.
The answer is no.
Part of his job at the TV station I worked at was.
There's no king shaming, by the way.
Was like he had a regional job where he had to go around and check, and so he flew quite a bit. And so if anyone ever came up to the meeting or was in his office or there was something going on, and they started telling a story about, but what he would do is if he knew someone had been out of town, he'd say, "Hey, Rob, I heard you just got back from Jacksonville. How was your flight?" And they'd tell a story about, we had a delay or a thunderstorm. And then, but the thing was, he was always able to one up you. He's, let me tell you about the time I flew back from Dubuque, Iowa, or I flew back from Minnesota. And he's got, it doesn't matter how bad or how much your story sucked. His was always one better. It was always, his experience was worse than yours. And he just loved talking about that. And he would talk every time he went to a meeting in his office. And there was somebody there really like, well, we got to hear another story about fucking being on a fucking airplane. I was like, oh my God.
Jesus.
He's a one-upper. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying, right?
There is nothing better than
the
airport. People watching going in, but then when you see people in flight and like how they fucking act.
I love the Kenny Tarmacs. The dickhead in the middle of the fucking terminal. Yes. Hey, just landed. I'm at ATL, Gate 8, waiting on my connection. It's like, dude, shut the fuck up.
I'm heading to DFW right now.
What was that guy's name on that was Bob and Tom used to do that bit.
Kenny Tarmac.
Kenny Tarmac.
Oh my God, hilarious.
Those are the worst. The best times, 9/11, post 9/11 sucks now flying. Pre 9/11 was fun. You could wrap a dildo up and carry on with aluminum foil, make it light up like Chernobyl, and have fun with the guys. Nowadays, you get fucking arrested for a terroristic threat.
I've seen videos or
you get arrested if you got more than 3 ounces of liquid on
where guys are doing bachelor parties or whatever, and they're traveling like to Vegas or whatever, and they'll put a water bottle in somebody's bag with a dildo. So when they're busting it open, and most of those TSA guys know, like, I think things have relaxed a little bit, like where they see these jokes.
Yeah.
But like somebody's videoing this shit. And the guy was like, "Oh shit, your bag's getting searched." And he was like, "I didn't put anything in there." And all of a sudden, they pull out a fucking Aquafina bottle and then a big double header or whatever.
Well, I told you the story.
They were like, "You motherfuckers!" And the TSA guy's laughing. I mean, he was like, "Oh,
that's
how many times a week does that guy see that bullshit?"
Well, I've told you the story with one guy when I traveled all the time. I stopped at the Lion's Den outside of the outlet mall south of Columbus. Bought a 42-inch black dildo for a flight on a Sunday evening with about 8 guys going to Seattle.
What does one of those go for, by the way?
It's $30. Jesus. And it was on my debit card. I was hoping to God I didn't die on my way back.
Say, Mr. Herking, what's this line item on your expense report? 30-inch double dong.
That motherfucker wasn't hitting the expense report. I just didn't want to have
the Lion's Den just south of Columbus.
I didn't want to get killed in a car crash, come down 71 with a dildo in my car and a fucking expenditure on my debit card. And my wife finding out what the fuck is that for? We wrapped this.
Nobody would be shocked though.
Well, we wrapped this thing up.
It's all about where that dildo was.
We went to the Crown Room, the Delta Crown Room, whatever the fuck it is. We were drinking. Well, Dan left his computer bag before we went through the security. This is pre 9/11. We wrapped that dildo in aluminum foil, snuck it in his laptop bag. And they ask you, is everything in here yours? Has it been with you the whole time? Anybody give you anything to carry? He's like, no. All of us were down. We'd already set it up. We were all down about 50 yards waiting for him to go through. The TV screen of the x-ray machine lit up so brightly, I thought I was in Japan. They made him unpack everything. And he's like, they go, what is that? The big aluminum foil thing. He's like, I don't know. Well, you said everything was yours. It's like, yeah, that's yours? It's like, I guess. They made him unwrap that. You should have seen everybody losing their shit when he pulled that dildo out behind him. They were crying. We were crying. One of us hit the fucking floor. We were drunk as shit. We had so much fun with that fucker.
And actually let him do that one.
Which one?
Oh, yeah, we've been at this for an hour already. And
have we?
We haven't even mentioned our sponsors.
Time
yet.
flies.
We are terribly sorry about that. But Rob, let's get to you.
Oh, you want me to do it?
Yeah, do one of those.
Let's do this one. It is coming up on the summer season. Ohio Valley Productions got a party going on. Then you need to check out Ohio Valley Productions. OVP is your one-stop shop for corporate functions, fundraisers, festivals, even a backyard barbecue. We're talking about top talent, live acts, DJs, karaoke, trivia, and more. That'll have your party rocking. Quality entertainment and a team with the most experience in the business combined to make your event the one to remember. Got a vision for a great time? Make it happen with Ohio Valley Productions. Just drop an email to dan@ohiovalleyproductions.com. That's dan@ohiovalleyproductions.com and rock on.
And if you are in the market for a little real estate action, you're moving in, you're moving out, you got to buy, you got to sell. There's only one real estate agent that we recommend, and you see her name right there, Carrie Wolfangle and Comey and Shepherd Realtors. Really, anywhere around the greater Cincinnati area or anywhere around the country or the world for that matter, those are the names you need to know. And especially Carrie Wolfangle. Real estate agents are great. They know the market. They know all those little tricks of the trade. But Carrie really goes the extra mile, building her business on a relationship of honesty and trust with the people that she works with. I mean, she's worked with Jason before. She lives right next door to me. And I don't know.
It's a great boom for her, man.
I'm just
all saying. The neighbors moving out.
Well,
because of you.
It's more house sales for her.
But it's lucky for me. But Carrie Wolfangle's the one you want to call, and she's the only real estate agent that we recommend. I think I said that already. But the phone number is 513-265-3125, or email Carrie at kwolfangle@comey.com. Your road home starts at Wolfangle.
Good job, Dan.
All right. Glad we got the sponsors.
So glad we could finally throw an actual Varner.
Yeah. Instead of just
Varner spot out.
I'm so glad you checked your email.
Since everybody misplaced it except for me.
Nobody could find it. I knew there was an electronic copy.
I was pulled off of reading them one day.
You got too much stuff to do, man.
So it was you two that were reading them, and you guys lost them, so I reproduced them.
Dan's
Beautiful.
very irresponsible.
Well done.
Good job. I did take pics, put them in there.
Nice printing, by the way.
Thank you. I took my time.
It's
with
large print.
It's called calligraphy.
You're talking about his writing.
No, he's talking about the
printing on the paper.
Print.
It looks nice.
Well,
did a good job.
Joe made it large print, so and just in case you read it, you'd be able to read it.
I like the 16-point font myself.
We got. Can I throw out June 25th as a potential thing? Save the date.
Before?
As a potential, yes.
Yeah, as a potential,
it's
save a
definitely
date.
Potential, but don't go like
I'm not going
overboard.
in depth, but
Don't
I'm going to
go
just say
overboard.
June 25th. It's a Sunday. Save the
you
date.
texted me about that.
Can I finish?
It's a secret.
Yes.
Rob has a secret, everybody.
Yeah. Well, you got a
see
secret,
what-
but that truck driver's here to
I don't
talk
have a
about it.
secret.
June
If that truck driver was here, I would say, Mr. Truck Driver, walk on in and let's have a chat.
Okay.
Let's have a conversation here on the One More and I'm Out of Here podcast. Find out what really went down, if anything, that day, which would, of course, be nothing.
June 25th, 2 p.m. It's a Sunday. Cincinnati, Ohio. Big things to come. Save the date. It's kind of like one of those save the dates that you get from a friend who is marrying another person that you kind of know, but you're kind of talking to your other friends. Like,
I thought you were going to say gender reveal party, which I would not go to.
Is this thing really going to happen? It's kind of like a gamble. Do
Or
you
a
save the
couples
date or
shower.
not save the date? I'd save the date on this one,
You
June
ever been to a
25th.
couple shower?
But there could be a breakup, divorce, and
Jason.
the wedding never happens. So save the
Yes.
date, June 25th, 2 p.m.
I don't think I ever have been.
Big things to happen in the 45255, the 513 area code. Fuck the zip code thing. Let's just go 513, man.
513, baby. Cincinnati, represent.
One more and I'm out of here.
And we are going.
I might get that tattoo.
We're
on my
going
forehead,
way
513.
way out because we're not even sure that June date's going to work.
Yeah, we're hoping
for
it does.
anybody.
Just
So-
save it.
But Rob's super excited about talking about it. So go
It's
ahead.
going to be huge, man.
It's a
Save the
long,
date.
that's far away.
Go
It's a
ahead.
long
May
time away.
31st. This month is going to happen. George Vogel at
George
the
Vogel.
ATP. You know me, down with the ODD.
One of the all-time
Jesus.
greats.
Were you talking? Were you done with June 25th, or
Yeah, you don't want me to go into it.
you wanted to? So I'm never gonna.
I'm not bringing it up because it's unknown.
Okay.
We'll just call it Jack and Diane. You never know if they're going to get married or not, but Jack and Diane sent you a postcard that says save the date June 25th.
We're hoping for
For
some
something big.
big things.
Yes. So it should be cool. Could be awesome. We're going to have to get a permission slip for Dan O to be there, but nonetheless, we'll see what happens.
Falconator, are we assuming Rob's gender?
I think people have
could
been
be.
doing that for a while.
It could be a huge gender reveal.
He's gender fluid. So,
Well, put it this way: this gender identity thing
Gender
is fluid right now, fluid filled. So May 31st, be in Cincinnati. I want you guys to come in here to the 513 and watch George Vogel. Otherwise, June 25th, your best friend in the rockiest of relationships her entire life sent you a save the date postcard. So save that date.
there you go. Mark it down.
Decipher that however you can.
It should be a good time.
If everything comes to fruition, everything works
gonna be
out.
great.
It's going to be,
Yeah,
as you said, huge.
huge.
So we're hoping so.
All right.
So we got some things in the works.
And one more and I'm out of here.
And one more, and I'm out of here.
I'm not going to open this one right.
There's going to be a couple big things coming.
We got multiple guests that we're just trying to solidify.
I'm
But
looking for George. I'm looking forward to that one.
main thing is getting Dan's calendar, which we're actually going to get his June calendar as soon as we go off live.
Do you know
So,
what we did June 1st last year?
Yes,
Who our guest was?
yes,
You know what month it is?
yes.
Yes. For those of you that don't,
Are we going to reach out to the same?
I think we are, and we're going to try to get some other people.
Okay.
Peoples, you guys stay tuned, like, subscribe, find us on YouTube. As if you're watching, you know where that is. Otherwise,
Download
if you're
the
listening,
podcast.
download the
Download the
podcast,
podcast.
like, subscribe, go to the
Rate, review,
the
pass it on.
website.
And hit the like
And-
button on the YouTube channel.
yeah, damn.
There you go.
Dan's pretty feisty. It's like
He's
he was-
actually getting it though. Now that he's got a fucking computer in
I
front
know,
of him, he
he's
can
See it
actually.
right, I can see it right there.
It's fucking weird.
It's like he's drinking a Tecate with Hector again. Holy shit, he's all amped up. All right.
Old boy's grown up.
All grows up. Stay tuned for the one more and I'm out of here amazing race. And we'll talk to you all we're going to go down and sharpen our brawn shaver to finally answer that question. Dano, do you manscape?